Most people don't really hate taxes, they just don't understand them. This video that I'm going to make is going to be for people that want to know a little bit more about taxes. This video is going to be for W-2 workers, if you work a side hustle, if you have a business, if you are a parent, if you happen to owe money unexpectedly, and even if you're just scared of messing up. I do want to mention that this isn't tax advice. This is just basically understanding how everything works, and then you kind of have a little bit more education. By the end of this video, you should at least have the basic knowledge of what tax and bookkeeping is and how it applies to your daily life. First thing first, what is taxes? Taxes is something that everybody has to pay. So when you get your check, whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, you are going to get your pay stub. And on your pay stub is going to be your income that you earned for, your hourly rate or your salary rate. And then you are going to have different deductions that you are having to pay to the state, the government, just because you are a member of society. So that could be your, let's say, your federal taxes. You will see federal possibly on your pay stub that you're taking out withholding, state withholding. You'll see Social Security, and then there's other things you will see on there that may pertain to your personal life situation. Like, let's say if you are you have health insurance through your employer, you may see a deduction for your health insurance. But these are all things that is taking out of your check every time you get paid. Let's talk about why some people may owe money at the end of the year when they file their taxes. So let's say you file your taxes and you end up owing money and you want to know why. Here's a few reasons why you may end up owing money when you file your taxes. The first reason is under withholding. So let's say you have dependents. So every year, and even when you first get your job, you have to fill out this form called a W-4 form. And this W-4 form is going to tell your employer that you have X amount of dependents, and based off of the amount of dependents that you have, that is going to determine how much money they're going to take from your check. So a reason why people end up owing is because they may not put the correct amount of dependents on that form. They may put too many, they may put too less dependents, and that can cause a discrepancy at the end of the year. So like, let's say if you say on your W-4 form that you have 4 dependents, and then when you actually file your taxes, you put on there that you have 3 dependents, is going to be a discrepancy there because they've prepared and they've been taking out amounts as if you have 4 dependents, which means they're taking out less. So that way, towards the end of the year, it's a potential that you may end up owing because you don't really have 4 dependents, you only have 3 dependents, and that discrepancy is there. So under withholding is one of the biggest reasons why people end up owing when it's time to file their taxes. The second reason why people end up owing is because they don't consider the fact that they have multiple sources of income. So a lot of people do this. A lot of people have a job, they get a W-2, and they may have a side hustle where they're making more than, the under the threshold amount. So if you have a W-2, you're getting your taxes taken out of already from that check, that W-2 check situation. And then if you are a business owner, whether it's a side hustle, a side business, a small business, you still have to pay taxes on that. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll pay taxes on the W-2 income, but on this other income, the side income, they won't pay taxes. So at the end of the year, when they file their taxes, or when it's tax season, when they file their taxes, they end up owing because they didn't factor in that they had to pay taxes on this side income or this business income. The third reason why people end up owing money when they file their taxes is because they don't track their expenses or their income correctly. So that's very detrimental, and especially we're gonna pay I'm gonna pay attention to the expenses side. So when you file your taxes, and this is mainly for people that have you have a side business, or you have that side income, and you are buying things for your business, you're spending on shipping supplies. Let's say you have a business where you're selling things, you're buying shipping supplies, you're paying for gas to go to the post office, you're doing a lot of these things that you're not tracking, and you're making income. So you put the income on when you file your taxes, but you're not putting every expense you had, and sometimes that could cause you to owe, because expenses is what will reduce what you are liable for on your taxes. And then another thing is when you are self-employed. That's another big thing, is that when you're self-employed, you don't have an employer, because you are the employer. You don't have an employer that's going to take the money out of your check. So you, as the employer, you are responsible for setting aside, how much ever amount that is needed according to what you are taxed at. You are responsible for setting that aside, whether it be in a separate account, whether it be however, but you need to set that aside. And then when it's time to pay your estimated tax payments, which are quarterly, you are responsible for paying those. And then when you file your taxes, you're able to put in, okay, I made this much, but I did report self-pay my taxes. And that is a reason why people end up owing, is because they don't do that. They wait to the end of the year, and then you have this big tax bill because you weren't paying taxes throughout the year. You basically waited to the last minute, or not even the last minute, but you just waited until the year was up, and then you filed, and now you're gonna have to owe. And it's not, a lot of times that amount that you're owing is large, because it's a year's worth of tax that you should have paid. So owing doesn't necessarily mean you did anything wrong. There's no thing of the IRS coming, unless you really do tax fraud or anything that you're not supposed to do. The IRS is not really you're not gonna get arrested or anything like that. The only thing is that if you owe the IRS, you will have to pay them. They are very reasonable as far as setting up payment arrangements. They will work with you on it. There's some things you do have to do in order to get that set up, but you do have to you have to pay them, have to pay them their money, and you have to definitely get in contact with them, set up payment arrangements, and make sure that they get their payments. Now we're going to talk about the W-2 versus 1099. I've already pretty much in this prior section talked about it a little bit, but I want to have a separate section on it to give a little bit more elaboration on it. And there will also be another video. This is going to be a video series, but there's going to be another video that's going to talk about more in depth about this. But basically, the W-2 versus 1099. So with the W-2, you are an employee, you work for an employer. Your employer is the one that is going to be taking the taxes out of your check. And they are going to do that based off of what you filled out when you first got hired. And if you've been there for a while, every year you're going to fill out a new W-4 form. The W-4 form is going to tell them how many dependents you have, and so much more information about you, your personal self. Based off of the amount of dependents that you put on your W-4 form, that is going to determine how much money the taxes that you are going to be responsible for when you pay your taxes. So W-2, the liability is out of your hands. All you're doing is paying or filling out the form. Everything else is being taken care of. It's coming out of your check. You don't really have to worry about it. A 1099 is called an independent contractor. You also a business owner. That is somebody that is independent. They're their own boss. They don't have anybody that's a W-4 form to fill out or anything like that. They are responsible for doing all that and paying the taxes on their own. And the way you're going to do that is that you will pay what's called estimated taxes. On the IRS website, there is a form, and there's also like payment vouchers and stuff like that that you'll be able to fill out and send in with your money. And you're going to estimate and say, okay, well, for this year, this is how much I think the company is going to make. Based off of that amount, you are going to pay a certain percentage that is calculated by the IRS once you get that paper, that document, and you are going to send that in quarterly, that amount quarterly. And then at the end of the year, when you file your taxes, you're going to put that in that you paid, and you will get possibly a refund if you overpaid, and if you underpaid, you are going to be owing. So it's really up to the person to determine what option is best for them. I have done both. I do like the option of, I do love the 1099 because it is a little bit more freedom, and you do have the option to make more money with the 1099. But I love the W2 option better just because I don't have to stress about like, okay, how much am I going to make? I don't have to stress about doing all that. It's already done for me. All I have to do is just fill out the paperwork and actually work for me to actually pay the taxes and get the money taken out. But it's really up to you. Now, side hustles change everything because you're making money, and you may have 3 or 4 side hustles, and you have to every money you make over a certain amount, you do have to report. So it kind of makes it a little bit tricky because you're having to pay. So, you're having to juggle so many things, but that's where you will have a bookkeeper. That's where a bookkeeper will come in at. Let's talk about what is all going to count, or what is all able to count as income. Paychecks, whether you get them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, you can count that as income. Any side hustles that you've done throughout the year can be counted as income. And any cash. There are a lot of business owners that may not get, or you, in addition to you getting maybe the credit card swipes and all that, you do get cash too. So any cash that you get, you can use that as income. So a couple of cash-based businesses would be barbers, hairstylists, nail techs, lash techs, massage therapists, stuff like that. You are, that cash that you're getting from your business is counted as income as well. And this is something that I'm going to be breaking down in my next video about the income portion, but I just want to give you guys a brief explanation of what you can count as income. What is bookkeeping? So bookkeeping is a little separate from taxes. Bookkeeping basically is going to, it goes hand in hand with taxes. And what bookkeeping does, it makes your job so much easier. As a business owner, when you are a business owner, you are working, you're juggling the business, you're doing so many things, you don't really have time to track certain things. And that's where your accountant or your bookkeeper will come in at. Your bookkeeper is going to track your income, so all of the income that's coming into the business, all of your expenses that you are spending on the business, they're going to track that. And they're also going to keep records of anything that is happening with the business, any changes, anything that is going to be valuable information to know. And what they do is they use that information to generate reports that they can then hand over to the owner of the company, and the company could use those reports to file their taxes and report their income. Bookkeeping basically is a way that you tell the story of your money that's going on with your company. The reason why bookkeeping makes taxes so much easier is because you don't have to stress about like numbers. It's accurate because you've been keeping track of it all year. You don't have to overestimate, you don't have to underestimate. You're getting every cent, claimed that you need to get claimed to ensure that you're getting the best refund or deductions possible. If you are someone that has a bookkeeper, it just makes it so much easier on you. Even though you are, that's something you will have to pay for. At the long run, at the end of the day, it's worth it because you have a peace of mind. You don't have to really stress about that portion of the business. You can stress on other things that, other portions of your business. So it is so much easier and just less stress and less anxiety that it will provide for the business owner. Some common mistakes that beginners make, or just people in general, because taxes it's a lot to taxes, a lot to remember. But some mistakes that people make is mixing income. So if you are a business owner, you have a job, or even if you don't have a job, you have your personal, income. You're mixing those incomes. You don't have two different bank accounts. That makes it harder because now you're having to go through your statements and say, okay, well, this is for the business, this is for me, this is for the bit, and then you got to go through it makes it so much harder versus if you were to just have everything separate, have two separate accounts, business, personal. So whenever you print all of these statements, you know that every single thing over here is a business thing. Every single thing over here is a personal thing. It makes it so much easier than you just mixing the accounts and then causing so much time consuming, having to go through and sift through all those bank statements to determine which ones are what is what. Knowing your side income. Don't ignore the side income. You want to make sure you are keeping track of your income and you are reporting that income and you are paying those estimated taxes, those quarterly taxes, so that way you don't have to owe so much at the end of the year. That is a big, huge mistake that people make. Waiting until the last minute. Instead of you doing it monthly, like, okay, I'm going to do a monthly audit, maybe on the last weekend of the month, I'm going to do a monthly audit on my business and, just secure the month and then move on to the next month. And then by the end of the year, you have 12 months full of books that are good and clean and everything's reported, everything's documented. Instead of you doing that, you wait until the last minute so that way you don't have nothing documented. You have the bank statements, but then you have to go back in the bank statement and comb through everything and go through everything. And I'm telling you, it is so annoying to do that. It is so frustrating. It's annoying. It's time consuming. It's aggravating. And that's when a lot of people will call a bookkeeper to help clean their books because they were, throughout the whole year, they weren't taken care of. And it's understandable. I'm not, beating you over the head for doing that. It's understandable because you are, like you may be running the business and you have to be putting all your heart and soul in that. And that's why as a business owner, you want to designate different things to different people. So that way you could worry about that and worry about that. The last mistake that people make, or the last mistake that people make is not saving the receipts. A lot of times you'll spend money, you will swipe your card, you'll be able to get those statements, but a lot of times you'll spend cash. You do that and you don't keep those receipts, you're just leaving money on the table because those are expenses that you could be writing off, but you're not going to be able to write them off if you don't save those receipts. So make sure that, you're doing that. A system that you could implement. You don't have to do everything every day. You can just track it, and then pick a day out of the month. Like, okay, let me do the last weekend of the month or whatever day you choose, whatever couple days or whatever that you choose. And on those days, you go through everything and clear the month out. And that way you can start from fresh the next month and you will have everything that you need at the end of the year. And you won't have to worry about, paying that extra money, the extra stress, the anxiety and stuff like that. So this is going to be the first video in a series. So if you are interested or if this video brought some value to you, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because you are definitely going to be seeing more videos like this. There's going to be different topics that's going to be discussed within this tax and bookkeeping cycle. Understanding taxes, it really doesn't have to be hard. I know it can be hard, but it doesn't have to be hard. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. I've been engulfed in this, been knowing a little bit about this for a while. And then also just kind of like even just doing mortgages, you look at taxes. You review people's taxes and stuff. So you do have some sort of information about taxes. And if this video brought some value to you, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below and I'll get back to you. I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.